How we doing, guys? Welcome to our channel. This is the Let's Talk podcast, and this is our first episode, which is just going to be sort of a basic introduction about who we are, what the channel's about, and what's going to be coming from the channel in the future. So to get into it, my name's Callum.
And I'm Dan. I can't actually believe we're doing our first episode.
It's a bit surreal, isn't it?
How long have we been prepping this?
For a while, quite a few months, I'd say.
Definitely, yeah. So I'll just jump into what the channel's about.
Let's do it, yeah.
Yeah, so our channel is going to be predominantly around mental health. This is because over the last few years we've discussed between ourselves and realised that mental health is becoming a lot more talked about and acknowledged. Would you agree? Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's definitely something that's becoming more understood, and I think people are, as you say, talking about it a lot more, which is helping raise that awareness and help that understanding.
Definitely, and another reason why we're actually doing this channel as well is that we've been through our own mental health journeys and experiences.
It's definitely been a journey.
Yeah, definitely, and also some of our loved ones and friends are suffering, have suffered with mental health issues as well. So this podcast we're doing really is just about sharing our experiences through mental health and our certain opinions on certain aspects of mental health.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a key point you make there, is that we do want to make it clear that these are opinions. we are definitely not professional counsellors, psychiatrists, or anything like that. But we just want to, like Dan says, help share our opinions through our experiences.
Yeah, exactly. And we have thought about how what we can talk about, and we ended up coming up with so many episodes that we could do in the future. And
I remember when we actually sat down when we were starting to plan all this and how many we wrote out. I couldn't believe how many there actually was, and probably how many more there still is yet to come.
That's what I mean. Yeah. So as we was actually working out which episodes to do and how we actually structured it, we actually managed to put the episodes into categories.
Yeah, categories. Yeah.
So these categories are like emotions, life, personal development, relationships, and society. And again, we've got so many episodes underneath each of those categories. And what we're going to be doing through the podcast, obviously, we are going to be giving our opinions and thoughts on them, but also how they actually influenced us going through our journey and experiences.
Yeah, definitely. And then we're also, I think, we're going to be talking about, what, like you said, what influenced us, if I get the words out, but also what helped us, and also the lessons we learned specific to those topics, and the positives and the negatives. And I think, would you say the main drive, as we say, for doing all of this is to help people and just to sort of get more content out there.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's I'm just going to reflect on a moment when I was going through my journey, is that I several times seeked to look into my mental illness, and I looked on YouTube for content, and listened to so many discussions around it that if we can provide that for someone else, that if they seek something out there and they can listen to us about our personal experiences and opinions on things, that it could help them.
No, definitely. I think Google is definitely a lot of people's first doctor in a sense. The internet is something you turn to, and like you said, I remember, as I know we'll go into much more detail in future episodes, but research on the internet, reading blogs, and I think as well, we want to help provide content that if it just takes people out of the day for 10 to 20 minutes and just helps them, makes them feel a bit positive, or something we say sticks with them and helps in some way that either them or a loved one, then that's everything to us, and all we could ask for really from this channel.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we do want to kind of build that community in a sense on our social media platforms, and to get people involved, start discussions, and just to talk as well.
No, definitely, because I think we've learned the value of talking and how much it actually does help. When I think on this topic of motives and drives, as much as the main one definitely is to help people.
Yeah,
I also think we definitely want to help break this stigma that we feel there is around mental health. In that, I think when I was going through my journey, I sort of felt personally that it sort of felt like when people mentioned mental health, it felt like it was a negative thing, or mental health was a bad negative term, when really what I feel I've come to realise is mental health just means the health of your mind, which can be positive or negative. It's no different than your physical health. If someone said your heart health, it's just the health of your heart. It might be in good condition, or it might be in poor condition.
And I think that's a really good analogy as well, because it's just like you were saying there, like for example, if you had a cut or a broken arm, what would you do?
You'd go and seek to get it sorted. But I think,
Yeah.
you know, with mental health, it's because it's something you can't see, like a cut or a bruise, and there's so many different factors that, you know, that we've learned that are involved. It's not as easy as to be able to be like, okay, that is, you know, that's depression, that's anxiety. And
Yeah.
I think something else that hasn't helped, I feel, is, say, sort of like media, in a sense, like film, TV and so on, is like when the term like mental is thrown around, you think like insane asylums or insane asylums or, you know, depression, anxiety, again, the negative sides of it. And that's just one part of it. It's, as we know, it's so complex and there's so much
God.
involved in mental health.
So much.
But no, like, we want to help break, as we say, that stigma. And I think by doing that, in the future episodes we've got planned, that's why we're going to be talking about, would you say, our experiences and all
definitely
different things to do with that.
Yeah, so should we just give a bit of like a background on obviously what we've been through with mental health?
Would you like to go first?
Yeah, sure. So I suffered with depression and anxiety for nearly 10 years. So
yeah, that's like, you're 25 now, so that's nearly half your life. That's
no,
incredible.
exactly. It's surreal when I look back now and to think, you know, the journey I went on and what I went through and the certain experiences. It is very surreal at times. So that's me. What about yourself?
No, it's similar to yourself. I suffered with depression and anxiety. I suffered for around 5 years, up to as little as last year, which is when my counselling journey came to an end, and I felt like my depression and anxiety had started to be resolved in a sense. And I think what's good is, obviously, as much as we're both saying, you know, we've been through depression and anxiety, it's been two very different journeys and two very different experiences and different factors involved. And I think that's what's we feel is good about us talking to each other about our journeys, that it'll help show that there's more than one side to it. You know, there's things that impacted you that didn't impact me, or things that helped you but didn't help me, and it's just helping open up that sort of I don't know, what would you say, to help people understand that it's not just clear cut.
It's very unique to the person, isn't it?
That's perfect way to say it.
Yeah. So like you say, that's what we feel is very good that these actually both of us doing this podcast, is because, you know, we do have our completely separate journeys dealing with, say, depression and anxiety.
Yeah.
And it's to kind of just to show that we're completely different people, and because we're still going through that same mental illness, it's so unique to us.
Yeah, definitely.
So I think that's what we want to share as well through our podcast.
And I think as well, we know ourselves, you know, we've been through that. I can't speak today. We've been there with each other through both our journeys, and we've helped each other in different ways. And if, you know, we can relay that to the people and just all those sort of experiences and things we've learned with each other or independently, then that's the goal with all this. We want to thank you for sticking with us through this introduction. Even if it's felt we're new to this, aren't we? So it might have been a bit awkward, but we appreciate you sticking through, and we really appreciate you listening, guys, and we hope to see you in future episodes. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and to keep up to date with all our latest episodes and news. We're on all social media platforms.
Yeah, so we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at the the username of LT Podcast Online. So yeah, hopefully, you know, if you can join us in our community and discussions and everything, that'd mean a lot.
Yeah, we look forward to sharing this journey with you and talking more about our experiences and contributing more to mental health.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So thanks very much for listening, guys. Hope to catch you in the next episode, and take it easy.
Yeah, take it easy, guys.